Hello, HCG YouTubers. This is Tiffany at HCG Housewife. We're back in Plano, Texas today. So no beautiful scenery, just my messy bedroom. This house is a mess. Today is New Year's Eve, December 31st, 2011, and I have a confession to make. I want to look you in the eye as I make this confession. I went overboard while I was in New Orleans. Way overboard. Okay, now I'm going to zoom out because that was pretty scary. Okay, so I didn't do a vlog yesterday. I did several, of course, as you saw throughout the trip. But it was a quick trip. We just went down there to visit family and hang out in the French Quarter for a while and do things we like to do. It ate a lot, but it was a trip. It was a quick trip, and we're back home now, and we're loading today. I don't know what that was called while we were down in the French Quarter eating all that good, yummy food, but we're loading today. The hubby's loading with me. At first he said he wasn't going to do it. Now he's back on saying he's going to do it, so we're going to see. I told him if he cheated, he grows female parts because it's a female hormone or something like that, but he looked it up and he knows. Let's see. I did the vlogs for the 29th. Ate way off protocol the whole time. I'll just go through a few food porn items. We had crawfish, boudin balls, crawfish pie, crawfish au gratin, etc., etc. But I didn't eat a lot of any of that. I did eat. The crawfish au gratin is. I think that's the only. And the crawfish balls are the only ones that I ate the full amount of. The rest of it is just, it was on the plate, so I tasted it, and most of it got sent back, so I was pretty impressed with myself for that. That was the first night. We ate at Deanie's Seafood Restaurant. It's really good. It's one of my husband's favorites. That's in the French Quarter. There's also one off in another part of New Orleans. But then the second day is when I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to pretend I'm on protocol because I pretended the day before and I wasn't. So I ended up having fried oysters. Yum, love fried oysters. Haven't had them in forever because it's hard to find good ones. But in New Orleans, you can find good ones. So I had that, and I did have a little bit of red beans and rice. A taste of my husband's jambalaya. Wasn't good. He makes jambalaya here at home that is to die for. New Orleans can keep their jambalaya. I'll take my hubby's any day. We had fried green tomatoes. I make those sometimes here, but so when I saw them on the menu, I was like, we got to try that because they had a shrimp and remoulade topping sauce that was really good. It was really good. Oh, and I only drank one drink. Miss Andy Jean 88 asking me how much I had to drink that one night. I had one drink the whole time I was there. I did have a few drinks of one of my husband's drinks that he got. Was called a Jester. It was a new thing this time around when we were down there, so we wanted to try it. But I only had one of my own, and you know what? It was good for me because it had pear vodka in it and citron vodka, and pear and citrus is good for you. So I had a healthy drink. Okay, it was pear vodka and citron vodka, but still. But it was really good. It was very smooth, and I really wanted more, but I didn't want to be sick. And if I drink too much, I get sick. So, anyway, we went to the French market and bought some. We ended up getting a few spices for RP2, but not much because it was all commercialized, like I'd said before. So anyway, yesterday I didn't vlog, which would be 12/30/2011, and it was mostly a travel day. We got up early and left, and I wasn't on protocol, but we had breakfast on the road at Shoney's. And what else? Oh, then we got home and we had our Shabbos dinner, but we had salmon. No, we had trout. We had trout last night, so it was, it wasn't a bad for you kind of thing. I did have bread though, so that wasn't P3 friendly. But P3, I just wipe away P3. I'm starting new. Today is, like I said, December 31st. So the notes I have for today is I'm starting round 2, loading days today. And, this may sound like a lot to a lot of you, but I'm impressed that I'm only 7.4 over LDW. And if it was just a regular P3 that I got over that, I'd probably be freaking out. But considering Christmas and the New Orleans trip, and pretty much I wasn't on protocol from the 23rd of December through now. That's not a bad considering my history. If I wasn't on a diet for a week or so like that and eating the way I had, I would have gained lots more. So I'm impressed with the 7.4 over, because I know it'll come off fast too. I think that's another thing, is I'm not too worried, because it's like I have control, where before, I might start a new diet, I might not, I might stick to it, I might not. Well, I'm confident that I have control over it this time. So I'm not too worried about that 7.4. May go up after loading, so we'll see. It might be more than that. I'll, of course, have to let you know about that Monday, when we start our very low calorie days. So anyway, I'm not too worried. It's not too good either, but it is what it is. I gave P3 a good try, and I stayed stable for a good part of it, all the way up until Christmas Eve, actually. And even after Christmas, I did go back down, and then I went back up during the New Orleans trip. But I feel that if I do P3 the correct way and for the lengths of time you're supposed to, I feel confident that will help. So round 2, there's be no excuses for P3 to be a bad thing, because when it comes down to it, I only had 2 weeks of P3, so that's not really long enough to stabilize. But we'll worry about that later. I have lots of plans for loading today. I have some favorite restaurants I'm going to go to. Not all in one day, but you have two days for loading. So today we're going to go to one of my favorite Tex-Mex places, and then we're going to go to my hubby's favorite place tonight for New Year's Eve dinner. And we were supposed to go to a party, and that's the whole reason why we came back from New Orleans so fast. But now we're both like, oh, I don't care if we go. Do you want to go? Oh, I don't care. Whatever. So I don't think we're that excited about it. So we might just hang around the house and have our own little party. I'm going to go and buy some avocados and sour cream and some ice cream for my loading days. And then I'm not going to buy a bunch of stuff because I don't want to have it left over. But, I'm not hungry at all. Not at all. So, we'll see how much I even get down. One of the biggest mistakes of this was not loading while we were in New Orleans. Because, the food there was so good. And it would have been the perfect opportunity. But, like I said before, it is what it is. So, I'm going to get the 7.4 pounds off. And get on P2. P2. Round 2 P2. So that's about all I have to say. And I wanted to get this in real quick. Live sex acts for all of those who commented on my million times I said live sex acts. I'm going to say it a million times more. Live sex acts. Enjoy.